All right, on to LP5. LP5 is power factor correction. Again, this is a short introduction to power factor correction. Formulas are on the right side of the slide there. Some basic formulas we're going to use. Again, not near all of them, but just a reminder about some of the things we've done in the past. Ohm's law for power, inductive reactance, capacitive reactance, impedance, and then, again, apparent power and true power, the two things that we're going to be working on. Apparent power is what we're going to try and correct, so we're as close to true power as possible. Okay, in its simplest form, or in the simplest way to look at power factor correction, first of all, we're going to calculate what our power factor problem is, and again, how much difference we have between apparent power and true power. Second step would be to determine the cause of our power factor problem, again, whether it's capacitive or inductive. As I said in LP4, that is primarily inductive problems because of the number of motors in a facility. Although you could have a capacitive problem, again, there's a situation where we might add inductors, but adding inductors is probably not very practical. But like I say, if you have an inductive power factor, adding a few capacitors is certainly a simple way to correct that power factor. And then the third step is, to calculate the desired correction. That desired correction would be, how many C kVARs of capacitance you would need to install in order to get close to, true power or close to 100% power factor. Again, throughout the lessons, we'll go through exactly, how close we need to be. All right, so again, during the class, we'll detail, exactly how, to go about power factor correction. Again, we're going to read some information sheets this time that are separate from any of the textbooks because none of the textbooks that we use quite do power factor correction justice. So we have a couple of information sheets for you to read, and then again some homework questions just like in the past. Then we have another power factor correction lab where you'll set up something similar to what you did in LP4 and see what your power factor problem is, and then add capacitance in, at the appropriate levels to correct it close to 100%. Again, once you finish your lab, make sure the lab supervisor, reviews it and signs off on your lab sign-off sheet. And then, get your performance assessment task done at the end. Again, there'll be math problems involving power factor correction. Any questions, as always, give me a call, leave me a message, or send me an email.